CM Punk says he apologized to Tony Khan for the AEW All Out media scrum and regrets how he handled the situation. CM Punk revealed the news in a much-anticipated ESPN interview that dropped today. He told Mark Raimondi that he was frustrated at the time of the media scrum and, quote, just didn't approach it in the right manner. Regarding the media scrum, this is what CM Punk had to say. The first thing I said to Tony when I sat down with him and spoke to him after it was, man, I'm really sorry I put you in that position. He then went on to apologize for his actions during the press conference. I apologize for the scrum, but when you watch that scrum, you're looking at a very, very frustrated guy who had told people. That's not the first time he had heard all of that. It's not the first time lawyers were told all that. And I was just looking for something to be done and nothing got done. So if you want something done right, you gotta do it yourself. And I just didn't approach it in the right manner, but tension was high. I was very, very pissed. I pretty much knew that I had just injured myself again. I was hurt and I was disappointed. Yeah, it's very easy for me to say I regret that and I handled it the wrong way, 100%. Regarding the physical confrontation that followed the scrum, CM Punk said that everyone is trying to move past what happened that night. However, he would say that he doesn't think it was as big of a deal as it's been made out to be. He noted that similar situations occur from time to time amongst teammates in major sporting leagues as well, saying, I don't think what happened was a big deal. This has happened in the last 10 months in hockey, in basketball, in baseball, in just about every sport. And it's covered and it's gone the next day. I think because I have injured my tricep and I've been out for so long, I think it has been exacerbated. I think it's been exacerbated by people spreading lies about the whole thing, and when in reality, my attitude is, well, shit happens. Additionally, CM Punk talked about the Hangman Adam Page promo from the May 25th, 2022 edition of AEW Dynamite. He said that he and Hangman spoke backstage before the segment about what they would say, but Hangman strayed from what they agreed on. When CM Punk questioned him about it after, he says that Hangman told him he said what he did because CM Punk had attempted to get Colt Cabana fired from the company. Mark Raimondi wrote in his article, Punk told ESPN that he has no relationship with Cabana, but that he never asked Khan to take Cabana's or anyone else's job. But others in the company, including the Elite, believe Punk did indeed do that, per sources. Punk continued to say that Page going off script led them to having a garbage match at the pay-per-view, saying, and I proceed to have what I think is a garbage match because I'm trying to protect myself on stuff instead of actually just working and trying to put on the best performance I can. He then went on to say, I'm keeping an eye out. He chopped me in the mouth one time and I'm just like, okay, did you do that on purpose? You chipped my tooth, and I'm like, all right, should I give him a receipt? It changes the dynamic. It poisoned everything for me, and it made it all really, really ugly. And that was what set all of this off. And here we are over a year later, and ain't shit been done about it. CM Punk continued to say that he's attempted to speak with Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks regarding what happened. However, he told ESPN that after attempting to contact them, he received, quote, messages from lawyers saying, do not contact this person. He's also been told that using the real-life situation as part of an angle on television is not going to happen. CM Punk also expressed frustration at being labeled the bad guy in this situation and says he's just been trying to defend himself. He said people in the AEW locker room leaking reports to the wrestling media have contributed to the drama, saying, now we all got to roll in the fucking mud, and that never should have happened and has never been course corrected. So I understand people want to say that, oh man, Punk is a dick. Well, yeah, because I'm defending myself and I will always defend myself. I'm open to have a full-blown effing sit-down powwow discussion with everybody about it, but it hasn't happened yet, and it's not because of my lack of trying. Punk makes his long-awaited return to the ring on Saturday in the main event of AEW Collision. The event takes place in his hometown of Chicago from the United Center. Punk will team with FTR to face Samoa Joe and Bullet Club Gold members Jay White and Juice Robinson. In regards to this, Punk said, "So y'all haven't seen me since I won the bout. I'm coming back. Tune in to find out exactly what I have to say. I'm picking up right where I left off." Well, what are your thoughts on the CM Punk ESPN interview? Go ahead and let us know in the comments section below. But before we wrap up this video, let's get into some Forbidden Door updates. Several matches for AEW Forbidden Door have been added. A match for the AEW World Championship will take place at Forbidden Door. Hiroshi Tanahashi appeared via video on Wednesday's Dynamite and said that he came close to defeating Jon Moxley at last year's event in a match that was for the vacant AEW World Championship. He then issued the challenge to MJF. In a backstage promo immediately after, MJF rejected the idea of facing someone from a, quote, rinky-dink indie promotion in Japan. He said that even if Tony Khan had booked it, it wouldn't be the first time he no-showed a booking. Additionally, Sonata and Jungle Boy are squaring off at Forbidden Door. The IWGP World Heavyweight Champion appeared via video on Wednesday's Dynamite. He said at Forbidden Door he planned to show the world the strength of an IWGP champion and will do that by issuing an open challenge for June 25th in Toronto. Later in the show, Jungle Boy was interviewed and said he accepted Sonata's open challenge, saying his goal this year is to still become a champion. Here is the updated lineup for Forbidden Door. The IWGP World Heavyweight title, Sonata against Jungle Boy. The AEW World Championship, MJF versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. The IWGP United States Championship, Kenny Omega defends against Will Ospreay. And, of course, Okada versus Bryan Danielson. And since we are on the verge of Collision, here's an update on Miro, who will be on the show. Miro recently commented on his time away from AEW. The 37-year-old is set to return to the ring on Saturday as part of the debut episode of Collision. He has not wrestled since All Out 2022, and his previous match before that was on the first Forbidden Door pay-per-view on June 26, 2022. Miro recently spoke to Good Karma Wrestling and was asked about the months he spent away from the company. Miro said, "It sucks. Like I said, looking for answers and not getting any, it's not a good place. And not just for me, but just overall as a human being, when you have no answers to all these questions, it just eats you inside. But I'm aching to come back to find out what's going on, what's happening. It's been a while." Multiple reports regarding Miro's status with AEW came out in December. A report from Fightful Select indicated Miro was eager to return, but creative simply hasn't been presented for him. Later that month, our own Dave Meltzer reported on the Wrestling Observer Radio that Miro rejected creative plans that would have led to a match at Full Gear that November. On Dynamite this week, AEW announced that Miro will wrestle on Collision. However, an opponent has not yet been named. That's it for this episode of The Latest. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do not forget to subscribe to F4W Online, and I'll catch you on the next episode.